In this video we're going to start with slab and beams. Now the project that we have we have one-way or normal slab, one-way, two-way slab, or we can call them beam slab system. We have it here. Now when we say slab system, floor system, we have different. Some of you took concrete 1, you're taking concrete 2, you learn from them. We have different system. Now we're going to show all of the systems in Revit, starting from the beam slab, flat slab. We have a flat slab with drop panel, so we have flat plate, flat slab. We have column capitals, or we have one-way ribbed, two-way ribbed slab. So we have different systems. We're going to show you all of them with the videos. We're starting with the easiest one, which is beam slab system. Now we start with the beams here, so they are separate. Beams will be placed first, then we'll place the slab overall. Then we'll talk about when we have a staircase or elevator, how we can create an opening, or maybe you have different purposes for the opening. We'll discuss those as well. So let's start with the beams. For the first floor beams, we have 2560, 2560, 2560, except this one we have 2540. The rest of them are 2560. So we have two types of beam to place them. I'll place some of them, not all. I'll leave the rest for you. In order to place the beams. Now placing the beam is exactly similar than placing wall. But the thing that we're supposed to do, we'll start from the center. So we assume that because when we place we can place it from here as well, the face, we can place it even like this. Now it's recommended to be placed like this. There's two reasons. One, it's if the column and the beam, they have different material. They are both concrete, but most of the time the columns are much higher in strength, let's say 35 megapascal, 38 megapascal, 40 megapascal. However, the beams can be 21, 25 megapascal. Since when we cast the columns, we cast them till the bottom of the beam, so this portion here, which is the common area between the beam and the column, it's actually the beam. When we did the columns in the first week, the second week, we said that starting from the top of the foundation till the top of the third floor. It's okay, because when we draw the beams, if you draw it from the center to center, it will replace the column by the beam. We will see it in Revit. Now, if you don't want this problem happen, let's say that maybe you are afraid that this will happen. So when you do columns, even you do the columns the same as the wall. You'll finish the column at the bottom of the wall, bottom of the beam. For the second floor as well, you will start the beam from the top of the first floor till the bottom of the second floor beam. It's possible. I mean, the same way for the wall, you can do the columns. But Revit will take care of this extra material if you do the beams correctly. So first we have to, when I say 25 by 60, it's a rectangular. We can see it from here. Now, where we draw, if you remember, we said this is given to us, it's this much. So 25 by 60. And we know that this is the top of the, this is the top of the first floor, which is, you can see it from here. Top of the beam is top of the first floor. So we're going to go to Revit, where we have to create 25 by 60 reinforced concrete. So in the structural tab, we have beam. So you click on the beam. Now where am I? I'm on top of the first floor. Top of the first floor, because I want to draw within the top of the first floor. Those are the beam for the first floor. Now, then you might have the family directly loaded into Revit, or you have to load them. So if I open the list, let's say I have a rectangular concrete rectangular beam, Well, if you don't have it, you click on the load family and you will load a concrete beam into the river. So I'm choosing one of them, still not the same. Edit type, I'll duplicate it, I'll name it 2560, the way that it's centimeter. The name, it's only for later. On the last week before midterm, we'll explain how to label these things. So 25 by 60 centimeter. You can even write beam. Beam. Now you don't need to create all of the beams one by one. Since they are 2560, I can just create one. Well, we'll change this one to 25 by 60. That's it. Press OK. Now you have the beam 25 by 60. Now placement, we have here placement plane, it's top of the first floor because we are on top of the first floor. Now structural usage is automatic by itself. It's sometimes we have different things. Now girder, joist, bracing, purlin, in a steel structure we have them. Leave it automatic, it will understand by itself. Now, what else we have it here? Now, we will leave this offsetting here for now because we don't have any inclined beam here. So leave the offsetting to be as it is. Sometimes you have an inclined beam, you can give offset from the origin and the top basically. So you will give Y, Z offset in order to make an inclined beam if you have it. Now, I will start where we said that. Those are the columns that we have it. I can start with the intersection, we have it here. Now this is the column, center of the column I can start. The center of the column. And I can continue the way they're doing the beam. Now we have a problem here. We have to offset them, yes. If you realize that a part of the beam, it's going out of the column. Now the reason is what? So the center of the column already offsetted inside, 2.5 centimeters offsetted inside. Now, this can be done in two manners. One, offsetting from here, provide offsetting from here for the Y direction, but sometimes when you go to the other direction you have to change the offset, or you can use move command. So let's say I place this one, yes, I can press escape, twice in order to get rid of the command, press few escapes. Now you have the beam. This is the beam, we have it. Now I can move this beam in a way that to be same level of the column. Now if I go to one of the elevation, let's see where do we place this beam. We have it here. Now look at here. I place this beam, yes. Now the material of the beam and the column, since they are the same basically, when you realize them, they are, the beam starts from here till here. Now if you don't like this way, if the beams they have different material properties, in that case recommended, if Revit does not join them, prefer the column over the beams, in that case you will edit the column to bring it to the bottom of the beam, then the beams will be over the column. So let's see if I have the realistic ones. And here the type of the, they are the same, so as you can see them, they are the same, that's why it doesn't matter here. But if you are different, then you will see the difference there. Now you realize that the beam will come over the wall. It's basically, since we drew the wall according to the beams, so when the beam comes, they will be over the wall. So in this manner, you can continue drawing all the beams around. So in order to make it faster, you can activate chain. So we have, when you're activating beam, so let's say the things are set top of the first floor, we can activate chain here. That's basically snapping continuous. So I'm gonna basically go, that will be continuous. For example, till, let's say, I'll come till somewhere here. Now you have to manage them. For example, this is okay with the column here. For example, when we did the first one, then the rest of them will come because we did it according to the first beam. Then they will snap to the previous one without having any problem. So in this manner, I will continue drawing the rest of the beam. So the way that you have to check, is this the location of the beam? I made a mistake. So I'll check here. For example, there was not a beam there, so it would have come starting from here. The beam will start. So there was no wall even there. However, basically the beams basically come starting from here. See, in that case, you made a mistake. Pressing few escapes, you can delete this beam and this one as well. They can draw it from here. Even the wall basically was not supposed to be there. Let's just draw it this manner. So again, now I can start even from the center, or I prefer somewhere. Can I give an offset exactly? Let's say that if I start from here, if I start from this corner, there will be 2 centimeter, 2.5 centimeter will be out. If I draw it, so draw this one to here, till here. Now you realize that it was 2 centimeter is out here. Can we do this one directly before drawing it? Now I can do it. We're using rivet extension. Now we know that from here, the place I'm clicking, so I can just come over one of the points here. For example, if I get here, I can just move up and give, we know that 2.5, I can go inside, it will click somewhere for me which is 2.5 from the place that I was on. So this is an extension, similar the way that AutoCAD is working. So you can use this technique in order to offset it. That was too much. According to this side is okay, but from this side is not okay. So maybe one of the side I made a mistake there, to see check. It's according to this one, not according to here. So I should have done it according to this side here. Well, I'll go back to Rivet. Here, let's say that you could have done it where, let me just delete this one. I'll teach you another method as well, whichever you prefer, doesn't matter. Let's say this is the center intersection. Just come down. When I see this somewhere, when I see the dimension, yes, you see the dimension, I'll type 2.5, then it will click somewhere at 2.5, then in this time, let's say I'll bring it to the middle of the column. See, it's not according to here, it's according to the other side. So if I go there, you'll see that it's with the column. Now what other methods we have in order to align this one? Let's say I started from here. Probably there is a call, beam continues, I don't know where does it go. Let's say we have a beam going till here. Now I did this beam. So instead of move, we have another command. That we can align things together. I can align this to this one. Pressing escape, view escape to get rid of that. There is something, if you click on the beam, here instead of move, we have align. It's a command which is not available in AutoCAD, but it's for Revit, align basically will let you to align, means bring some things to the same level. It can be used for many purposes. For example, look at the video. It's basically, we'll choose something, then we'll align it to you. So we click on this align. What will you do? You'll click on the face of the column, Then you're going to click on this face. It will directly move it there. It's easier than the move. So whenever, let's say that I made a mistake here, I want to align this one to the face of the column. First, you click on the face of the column, then you click on this area, it will just move it for you to the face of the column. So whenever this happens, align might work much easier than the move command for this thing. So face of the column, face of the beam, you'll bring it to the same. So as you see, you can draw them, it doesn't matter, whatever, according to the grid lines at the end. You can do this aligning purpose. You don't need to, for example, look, the way I'm doing it for you is an explanation. But if you want to do it, you will draw all the beams using the chain. You'll draw all of them except the 24 by 40 here, which is different, 25 by 40. You will draw the rest of the beam. Then you press escape, a few times escape, 2-3 times. Then you will activate one of the beams, click one of the beams. Then choose align. You will do the rest of the beams in this manner. This is the easiest way to do, not always to press escape to activate, align, then go again, activate, go back to beam, draw the beam again. No, you will draw all of them, then you will do the aligning purpose at one time. Now this is, if you go to 3D, now you will see the beams, doors of the beams that we have them there. You can see them are within the columns. They have the same material. With the columns. Now, normally Revit will be joined to because of the same material. And the line that you see them here, it's basically drawing lines, but they are joined together. They are the same material, and Revit understand them. Let's say this is when you will check all the, for example, the location of the beams, where does it go, and you finish all of them. Now if they are the same dimension, you're going to use the same family for all of them. You're going to use the same family for all the beams, except which one? Except this beam here, which is K114, 25 by 40. You have to draw, or you have to create another family for this one, which will be 25 by 40. So placing beams, it's very easy. The things that you needed, well, the dimension of it, or the start, the aligning the movement of them, and basically their location. You don't have anything else with the beams. Now those small things can be added later. It's some small things. We have 20 by 20. We can add those extras later. If you know the exact location of them, we can just draw a 20 by 20 out here, 20 by 20 out here, which may show it to you when I create all the beams for the slab. Thanks for watching.